Did you ever play 007?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
GoldenEye.
Do you remember the Golden Gun?
007. Yeah, dude.
So good. You know what the Golden Gun is analogous to in StarCraft 2? Blue Flame Hellion. Seriously. One-shot wonder.
Snipe.
Till patch 1.14. Is it 1.14 or 1.16? I lost track. Can't wait for that upgrade. Or for me, it's an upgrade.
Downgrade.
Downgrade for you. Upgrade for me.
Serious downgrade.
Tomato, tomato.
I'm okay with it, though. I mean, I think Blue Flame Hellions are ridiculous anyway. It kind of ruins TVT.
I actually have a lot of respect for you, Pain User. I mean, I already do, of course, because
Yeah,
you're an awesome
homie.
guy. Yeah, you're my homie and everything. But I have a lot of respect because when you use Blue Flame Hellions to the point it was abusive, you always said, man, these things are so good.
Yeah.
I know Blizzard's
mean,
going to nerf them at some point.
Yeah, they're ridiculously good, man. Like, anything that can clear...
You'll admit something's abusive even if it's for your own race.
Yeah, it's a lurker vulture.
Yeah, it kind of is.
From if you take a lurker and a
it's
vulture,
a lurker vulture.
and you put them into one unit, that's pretty much what the Hellion is from Brood War. They're absolutely ridiculous. But
it's a lurker?
Yeah, well, only against light units.
Or a Volker.
A Volker.
It's a Volker.
It's a Volker. I like that.
They should have just called Hellions a Volker.
That would have been genius.
And to add
it's kind of
icing on
close
the
to
cake,
Valkyrie, though.
but it's cooler, dude. Volker.
It is.
Sounds
cool.
like barbaric.
Volker.
The Volker.
That is.
That's what we're gonna call Hellions from now on. The Volker.
Oh.
Oh.
We have a Macarax here.
Malcarax coming down here. Location can be spotted by a Zergling or a drone.
It might indeed, actually.
Yeah, it might be. But MMA is going to go for the Malcarax, and Jelizer did go for the 15 hash. This map's actually pretty good for 2 raxing. I've heard it's pretty good.
I would actually be surprised if July didn't scout that.
He is going to move the drone down to the south. Oh! Oh, he sees a Malcarax. So that's pretty huge. He will produce a couple extra Zerglings now to deal with that.
Surprised he actually put it there.
Yeah, it's a really common location to be scouted. I'm actually pretty surprised about that too. Traditionally, we'll see the second barracks hidden like somewhere right here, or like right here or something like that. But we'll see what MMA is able to pull off. He's got really good marine micro.
If we check out the Zerg Nat real quick, there's a spot right here where you can put the bunker that blocks the marines in behind that little... like, I don't even know what that is.
Octopus tentacle.
It's like a stalactite or a stalagmite. Which are the ones that come up from the bottom of the cave?
Stalactite.
Stalactites are the ones on the bottom?
Stalactites are the ones that come from the roof.
Stalagmite is the one that comes down. Yeah.
I think so.
All right, here we go.
Stalactite, stalamite. I might be wrong.
It's stalagmite and stalactite. I'm pretty sure.
Stalagmites, I don't know, man.
I don't know, dude. I know they're calcified deposits.
Water deposits? Iron
that.
deposits, something like that. Well, Jelizard's making a lot of lings here, man. He is making 10 plus Zerglings right now. And, yeah, I think he might have enough Zerglings to deal with the Marine 2 barracks harass from MMA. We'll just have to see, but that's a lot of Zerglings on the map and not really that many Marines. I thought we would see a lot more Marines than that.
Yeah. Well, he did send the first couple right off the bat. He has been building Marines the whole time since, though. He could potentially hit a secondary timing window here.
Oh, poor Marine. It lives!
Oh, God. The Ling's all getting trapped here. They're going to have to run back the long way, it looks like. And this is
going to give an opening for MMA to maybe attack.
Actually, MMA is just defensively 2-raxing here. He did force a lot of link production out of July.
I kind of like the defensive 2-racks against July because you're going to need that extra production if MMA decides to go, or if Jelizard decides to go bonkers on you.
Yeah.
It's going to give you additional Marines to deal with lings and blings and roaches.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a build that we do see from Nada a lot. He really loves to use that that defensive 2-racks into 4-rack style. And here we see Rax's 3 and 4 coming right now from MMA. And he's also got his command center morphing into an orbital right now. He's adding 1 gas currently, not going up to 2 gas just yet. So he's going to have a lot of Marines here in a little bit.
At the same time, though, I really feel like MMA should have pushed his build order a little bit further. He should have got a little bit more oil out of the tank because if he's going to open with the 2 barracks build, he should apply some more aggression. This is the time when Terrans can be aggressive against Zerg, and, you know, playing so defensively, I think he's playing into July Zerg's game a little bit.
I kind of agree with you. But he's just playing a defensive macro style right now. I mean, he doesn't have to go all gung-ho, and a lot of times players as good as July at dealing with bunker rushes will shut that down anyway. So more often than not, you're investing more in the bunker rush and pulling SCVs than you're actually getting out of it against a player like July. And the defensive 2-racks gives you the option for a secondary timing push like we see here from MMA, where he has all these Marines out.
Wow, that's a lot of Marines.
And look, July is constantly having to produce lings to stay on par with MMA here.
Well, he's making 16 lings right now. He may get a run-in before
matter.
the supply depot goes up.
He's going to get a full scout.
He does get a full scout. I don't know if he sees a factory. He does see the factory at the last second. And now here comes that group of about 16 Marines or so, and they're making their way up. Pain user. A comsat goes down. I like it.
So
kill off those
tumors.
That is going to kill off all the creep tumor branches. And July Zerg is
Still
in a bit
no
of trouble.
Speed
now just starts kicking in, and he's going to get us around in the Marines. But I think there's too many Marines here.
Yeah.
But there's Queen support.
Oh, the Queens are off creep, though.
Oh, no.
One Queen does get weakened a little bit there.
She gets back.
He's going to try and pick off these Marines as they head back.
That's not enough lings, though. This is
might
really
be,
risky.
actually.
I don't know, man. That stutter set micro from MMA
he's
really
got
good.
it.
He could hide behind the minerals as well.
Pretty
a lot
close.
of blood going down here between the lings.
Yeah, that's an
and
absolute bloodbath. There's like Zerg body parts, rib cages, Marines. That's
helmets and random stuff.
Bloodbath.
Have you ever seen the Marine's lower body just run around by itself and the top half fall off?
No.
That's one of the death animations I found out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It only happens when like a Hydra slices him in half next to him, or like certain death animations, you know? It's kind of cool. Oh, when a Zealot slashes it.
Yeah, I was like, Hydras have a melee?
They do?
I think they do.
They have a headbutt or something?
They have a melee, but not in the game. But like in cutscenes and stuff, you'll see Hydras slice people.
Yep.
They should be able to, man. When
I use those claws for something.
That would be an interesting upgrade for Hydras.
What, a melee attack?
Like extended claws. If they get into melee range, they start swiping. But if they're at a
so
distance,
slow, man.
well, you'd obviously have to change that around a little bit, but that'd be interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, July might actually be good.
July Zerg here isn't going for Hydras, but I'll tell you what he is going for, Pain User. He's going for Baneling Muta here. He's got a Spire already finished, and no Baneling Nest quite yet. It looks like he skipped the Baneling Nest to go straight into Mutalisks, and that is going to give him a quicker timing on his Mutas. In fact, these Mutas are pretty early, and about 10 of them coming out. I think it's going to catch MMA a little bit off guard. He doesn't have any turrets up yet, and not even an engineering bay on the way. Wow.
He does have quite a few Marines, and he will have Stim and Combat Shield by the time July gets to his base. Let's hope that these dropships don't get spotted. If July moves out with his Mutas, as these dropships come in, that could be disastrous for July.
This could be pretty bad for July. July didn't even have any Overlords on the right side of the map.
No.
And here comes a double dropship, avoiding that Overlord altogether. Gonna
July
go right
saw
into the
it
main.
immediately, though. He's pulling the Mutas back.
Wow, he's so aware at this game, man. He is pulling all his Mutas back, but the Marines do not have Stim yet. Stim is on the way. It's timed to come with the dropship, and MMA waiting for that Stim to finish, but that gives July Zerg enough time to get the Lings and Mutas in, and that is going to be able to clean it up. Beautiful play by July Zerg. Great map awareness.
Yeah, very, very intelligent right there. Just an instant reaction on pulling those Mutas back. I think MMA jumped the gun a little bit. He could have waited.
For Stim.
For Stim. I don't know why he dropped in there without Stim. And if he had waited, those Mutas actually would have extended farther down the left-hand side of the map. And
I don't think MMA knew the Mutas were flying around.
No, I'm just saying it would have been a coincidental, you know, thing that just randomly happened if he had waited.
Oh, one Muta getting sniped off by a Stim. Not bad. And July Zerg now going to go around the right side. But the thing here is the Mutas have been revealed. So I think MMA's defense should be prepared. Yeah, he's got a turret. Plenty of bunkers and Marines. The Mutas probably aren't going to do much economic damage. They may be able to kill off a couple of depots and put MMA in the red. But, you know, MMA, despite suffering that little loss, actually it was a big loss with those two dropships, he's still even in supply with July Zerg.
He's doing a great job right now, just holding off the Mutas. Hasn't really taken any serious damage. Lost a couple SCVs. But he's actually up on SCVs, and I think that's largely due to his opener this game. He's been constantly applying pressure on July and forcing him to produce Zerglings all game. Then July also got that early pack of Mutas out, which sacrificed even more drones, sacrificed an early third. So right now I think MMA is a little bit ahead, actually. And he's definitely a little bit ahead in the macro game as well.
Yeah, Couldn't agree with you more, Pain User.
And he's still SCVing and double muling, and he's ahead.
And he's being aggressive at the same time. He's pushing across the middle of the map, but he doesn't really have tank support, which makes me think he's a little weak here. Without tank support, he could get easily killed off here.
Oh god, he's gonna have to
There's
pick up and go to the high ground.
Here. Yeah, he's gonna have to pick up and go somewhere, but remember, Mutalisk are on the map. MMA holding a position behind the little ledge and doesn't lose his Marines. Very smart. Unloading on the high ground. And now a couple of dropships getting intercepted by Mutalisks from Jelizerg. MMA playing intelligently, but playing very riskily at the same time.
Very risky indeed. Could take some damage here at the natural as he's headed back with those 2 medevacs full of Marines. Those are really all the Marines he has right now to fight with. That's all he's capable of defending with. And he's going to have to hold on for dear life with those Marines. He is getting a command center for his 3rd here, the orbital, about to finish right now. Putting up a turret back there by the supply depot to prevent that harass that we see July continue to keep up, because he really wants to break that down for a potential backstab, I think.
Yeah, and not only break it down for backstab, you break it down, put the Terran in the red for a little bit too. It's annoying.
It's free depots.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes.
We do have MMA now going into the Thor, which I really like against Jelizerg, but Jelizerg is going to make an engagement here at the front door of MMA, and he has so many forces. It looks like MMA will have to fall back into his bunkers. Does he have enough bunkers to hold this off? Baneling's chasing the Marines down. It looks like the Banelings are not able to hit all the Marines, but the bunkers are cleared up, and Jelizerg is poised to take a win here. Unless MMA can get some forces out in time, his Thor is not going to be out until it's too late, and so much damage being taken here by MMA. Jelizerg is in a great spot, and the SCVs are going to go down as well. So many SCVs are going to get killed off. And the Thor finally coming out, but a little too late, man.
No mass repair coming down on the bunkers, I think, cost it for MMA right there.
Oh my goodness.
Just, you can't blink for a second against July.
Yeah.
He just swarmed in there with a ton of Lings and Mutas, hit that timing, and just absolutely crushed MMA right there. His tanks were unsieged. He was just starting to move out, and July just slammed into him right as he was moving out the front door.